What's up? Thanks for coming back through. Today we're going to be reviewing a pretty unique shoe. Really good looks. I don't know a ton about the brand, but I do know that they are a literal tree hugging company. All about the environment, all about trying to make the environment better and lower the emissions and pollution of producing sportswear. The company is called Allbirds, and today we are having a look at the Allbirds Tree Flyer. Now, they name their shoes Tree Flyer, the Tree Runner, and a few other things. They've already started to do collaborations with this particular shoe. They have one called the Tree Flyer All Blacks, which is a collaboration with New Zealand's Australian rules. Well, no, New Zealand rules. Rugby, football. I'm not big on it, so please don't come at me. But I do know about the All Blacks. Anyway, that's not the point. The Tree Flyer is already getting some love and collaborations and that kind of thing. It's a little bit enigmatic. We'll go upper, midsole, outsole. It's a knit upper. Shoelaces are on trend, pretty on point. The aglets read "Tread lighter." And again, that goes to their message. You can see the shoe tree that came in it says the same thing. Everything is recyclable, right down to the fact that it actually asks you to do so. That's admirable. You know, I get what they're trying to do. And that is admirable. Can one company make a difference? Yeah. They're by no means as big as a Nike or an Adidas, but they can set a trend. They can have this sort of offshoot rebel effect, if you will, and that's proof with Allbirds. Allbirds last year and earlier into this year did a collaboration with Adidas, and they actually had a cross-marketed, cross-platform shoe. There was a running shoe. Minimalistic in the style of an Allbirds shoe in terms of that, with an Adidas look to it. And I'm not sure that it had a huge effect, but it was a launch pad for Allbirds brand to get a little bit more recognition in the market. And they did, and their offerings went up. They are a very trendy, stylish shoe, along with something like an On Cloud or other brands like that what I like to call sort of country club runners, where yes, there's some technology to them, yes, there's a little bit of comfort and function to them, but mainly they are operating off of social capital. And that is the case with the Allbirds Tree Flyer. It's more along the lines, for me, of a Kenneth Cole or a Cole Haan, where it's like a dress shoe in running form. It's definitely a dress shoe masquerading as a running shoe. And that's super interesting to me. Super interesting to me in that social sense. The reason that I say it's masquerading as a runner, you can run in it. The upper is knit, and it's comfortable. Stretchy, not really. The tongue is stretchy, but the reinforcements on the rest of the knit keep it from really moving. Your toe has a little bit of stretch to it, but even then, the toe box has a reinforced piece right at the toe. So you're not getting a ton of what you've come to love about knit runners. There's not a lot of sock-like fit. This sort of interwoven white and black is called their Blizzard colorway. The midsole itself is pretty dense. It's pretty stout. I'd say the feel of it is similar to one of the earlier Brooks when they had first introduced their new midsole technology. Um, it's not squishy at all. It's pretty rock hard, and it takes some breaking in. I'm sure I'm going to have to do a lot more walking and running in it to break it in properly. But the styling is pretty cool. There's got this, and you can't really see it on camera. See if I can get close enough for you to see it. There's this kind of wicked iridescence that's happening with it. I don't know if that's a sheen, this marbling. I don't know if that's in the material or on the surface. But it's pretty interesting. You know, and everywhere they can, they are reminding you to tread lighter. Meaning, you know, walk easy on the earth, y'all. Walk easy on the earth. And the cut of the shoe, the cut of that midsole is interesting. It's avant-garde. It's pretty, you know, architectural. It's, I'm not sure if anybody remembers the Adidas Oberon. The Oberon came out years ago. You know, late 90s, early 2000s. The Oberon was a dope shoe. And it had this sort of, this same sort of angular cut midsole and structured upper. And it was a pretty dope shoe. That had me thinking about the collaboration that they had recently done with Adidas. Maybe Adidas opened up the vault and gave them some of the Oberon look. I don't know. But it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. You see this heel counter is pretty stout. Comes up a little higher than the Adidas Ultra Boost heel counters did, you know, of the early, you know, 1.0 variety. Supportive, pretty rock solid. This shoe has a sort of rocker effect where the profile narrows toward the back and toward the front. And so the cushioning effect that you might feel is actually from the shoe rocking you over from heel to toe, not necessarily because you're getting a soft plush ride. There's nothing plush about the shoe. I wish I could say it were. It looks like you're going to get this big chunk of plush foam. I would say put your own insole in it for comfort. The insole that you get is a standard insole. Nothing special about it. You definitely get the Allbirds logo and another reminder to tread lighter. They are really wanting you all to tread lightly, okay? Just so you know. And it's a good message. I'm not going to say it's not. It's a good message, you know. We only got one planet, ain't no place, and most of us ain't got the money to get off of it like the billionaires, so let's tread lightly, y'all. I actually dig the outsole. It's lugged up, it's aggressive, it's directional. The outsole is fantastic. Got some flex grooves in there for the bendability once the shoe breaks in. I will continue to remind you that you need to break this shoe in. But the tread pattern is lovely. Okay? You can see the lug pattern there. A little bit of the midsole foam showing through. But, you know, you can take this on a walk, on a hike. You're going to be okay with those lugs. That's pretty good. The reason I wanted this shoe is for the look. I liked something that was not as showy as some of the other shoes that I have. It was not as thick or aggressive in cushioning as some of the other shoes that I have. Quite frankly, I have so many specialty shoes. And I mean, we're not talking about my Jordans, you know, my Jordan 1s and things like that. I have those shoes. I just don't really review them on this channel. There's too many people already doing it. But you know me. It was different. It was unique. It was obscure. The brand had a message. You know, the packaging is pretty unique and beautiful. The way that it opens up. You know, it flaps topside, and then you've got all this other messaging again telling you break a sweat, don't break the planet. Like, this company is not at all shy about their message. They're not burying it under a bunch of frosting. This is definitely vegetables. They are going to preach this message to you unashamed, unabashedly, and let you know that their mission is to reduce the waste in producing sporting goods. It even on the back has 9.92 plus 9.92, which is carbon emissions in making these shoes. So they're holding themselves to a number. They're holding themselves accountable to show and put their money where their mouth is. I appreciate that. I respect that. Again, this might not seem like a glowing review. In terms of comfort, I wanted more. I will admit that. In terms of look, these are dope. So, you know, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. Ta-da. They have a black version. And as I said, they have the collaboration version with the New Zealand All Blacks. Well, I expect that there's going to be some more colors. A red would look really dope. A red knit would look really sick. I'm not sure if they have that yet, but this Blizzard colorway is by far the best for me right now of their offerings. Yeah. Allbirds. I respect what you're doing. A little more comfort. This would fly. Pun intended. So give them a shot. Let me know what you all think if you have a pair. You know, I know everybody's foot is different, so I don't ever want to say that something is uncomfortable for everyone. It's just uncomfortable for me. It's not the softest of shoes. But I'm going to make it work because the look is dope. All right, appreciate it. The Allbirds Tree Flyer in the Blizzard colorway. Let me know what you think. Peace.